Okay, sir, Your Excellency, still on the projects, I'm just beginning to wonder why you have to pay the entire contract sum. Because we know that in contracting is you paid on milestones.
Yeah, well, that is it. But you see, sometimes you have this problem. When you have milestone payments issues, and then the contractor says, because you know there is paperwork to be done, there is always timeline. So what we did was to come up with the APG issue, the advance payment guarantee. So if a contractor gives us an advance payment guarantee from a reputable bank, then we pay to the contractor. We pay that money. So the money is in the bank. It's not as if the contractor has the money. The bank administers the contract and pays him subsequently. So for us, we have already released all the money to the bank, and the bank is dealing with the contractor. That's what I mean by paying him all the money. It's not as if we just paid him cash everything for him to run away. No contractor can run away, because if the contractor defaults, the bank will pay us. That is the whole idea.
His Excellency, your administration set up this anti-corruption commission. When the contractors default, have your administration reported any of them to the commission for appropriate action?
Not yet. What we have done so far is when contractors default, we just cut the contract off, we cancel it, and then we do it on direct labor. That's how we've been able to finish most of the projects that we gave. The contractors will tell you that they've already spent the money that you gave them. And then now, instead of going through all that problem, because many times when you go into all those kind of tussle, the contract just falls. And who suffers? The people of Bayelsa State, who need the project. So what we do is take the contract from them and then do it directly. And so far we have succeeded in most of the contracts that have defaulted, the contractors that have defaulted.
Yeah, actually, let me ask this question. Again, in awarding contracts, sometimes there is this consideration of considering the local contractors, as it were. Have you been able to carry them along in contract awards?
If you notice, I mean, Bayelsa, almost all the contracts are being done by local contractors. We cannot be faulted on that, but most of the defaulters are even local contractors. In fact, some of them are members of opposition and people who are fighting to even get my job. But that's not the issue. The problem is, when I came, what we decided to do was to empower our own people, because we said Bayelsa money for Bayelsas. So we brought in Bayelsa people to do the jobs. A lot of them really couldn't perform. But right now, that process has thrown up some very good Bayelsa contractors. So we are narrowing the contract space now. So we're going to be dealing only with those good ones, those who have proven themselves to be good contractors. At least the whole process, initially we started with every contractor from Bayelsa that we could deal with. Now we've narrowed the space, and we're going to only deal with some good contractors among them.
Okay, sir. I think this is very key to us, the projects. We may call that sometimes you set up a committee to ensure that some of these projects are ready for commissioning. April, and now October is fast approaching. I'm sure the people of Bayelsa State will want to know, what are those projects that will be showcasing by October?
Ready for commissioning.
Ready for commissioning.
Well, we have finished almost all the roads that we embarked on. We have also, I believe that the commissioners' quarters will also be ready for commissioning. The House of Assembly quarters will be ready for commissioning, which are very huge projects. The Level Aircraft Training Center will be ready for commissioning, which is quite a bit. And a few others that I may not be able to name from the top of my head. But a lot of projects will be ready for commissioning definitely by October. Bishop Dimiari will be ready in terms of the houses, but you see, the problem with building a school is that you don't just build the houses. You will then have the next set of contracts that will come. The next set of contracts, internal roads, library, to stock the library, shelvings, furniture for the classrooms, laboratory equipment, ICT equipment, and workshop equipment. These are all things that will come. But the good thing about these other equipment is that they are things you can go and purchase off the shelf. So it's not going to take us a long while. But the only other critical thing before commissioning for Bishop Duniari would be the internal roads that will be done. But right now we cannot even do the internal roads because there are still a lot of heavy-duty trucks coming in and going out. If you start your roads now, those trucks will just damage the road. So what we have to wait for the buildings to be completed before we start those internal roads. The internal roads will take us maximum of maybe 2-3 weeks. So I don't think there's any problem with that. But you see, there will be projects to commission in October, and from then on there will be projects to commission up until February 11th when my election will come.
His Excellency, there is this concern about your promise of making Bayelsa the food basket of Nigeria. And ponds were dug across the state. And you also promised that your contemporary in Benue State will also assist you so that you will flood the state with yam. What happened to the program, sir?
Well, that program, of course, came up. I suggested it, and I set up a committee to look at it. We are to work with the market women. We're supposed to bring in food items, but you see, we had to look for the right timing. What we agreed in the committee was that we will have to do it when it's close to Christmas. So I think we are reading our minds. And thank you for bringing this up, because during Christmas, that program will start in earnest. Of course, I've already discussed with my colleague. What we're trying to do is to get the food from the farmers directly in some of these states that are producing these food items, and then we'll bring it to Bayelsa at that cost so that people can buy it. Definitely, you will see a lot of that happen during this Christmas.
Welcome back. The last time you promised that approval has been given for the payment of for 2 seasons, 2008, 2009, 2009, 2010. But somehow on the net and some papers, I think I read they said it's only 1 year that was rather that's been paid to the students. I don't know what happened. Was there a change of plan or something?
There was no change of plan. I've already released for 2 years. But the process of payment to the students, of course, it's another ballgame. I'm not part of that process at all. But what I'm told is that they will pay 1 year and then they will pay the other year. Maybe for logistic reasons, I don't know. But in July, I released 1 year, and in August, I released the second year. So what is outstanding for me to pay students is this year's bursary, which I'm going to pay before the end of the year.
Okay, but it's only natural to ask if 2 years were released, why would the committee now decide to now want to pay?
Well, I have no doubt that the committee is going to pay the 2 years. Maybe for logistical reasons, it's only convenient for them to pay 1 year and then pay another. I don't know how they're doing it, but as far as I am concerned, 2 years bursary have been released to the committee, and we are not owing a dime of it. What they told me, they said they have asked students to go and register or to go to the bank, or so online registration or something. But that detail and the process of paying, I'm not part of. But the part that I'm aware of is that I have released the money, and that money has gotten to them.
Maybe we should just ask Echi may have been aware that the students' body, the leadership, is also not very pleased with the process because they've been complaining and grumbling.
Well, I don't know why they are not happy with it, because what they are doing is to do some online registration. Before now, we discovered quite a bit of irregularities in terms of bursary. I'm not accusing anybody, but people were not being sincere. A lot of names were on the list that shouldn't have been on the list. So we now say, okay, instead of just paying based on the list that you submit, let's have some kind of online registration and open bank account. That, of course, in a way, filtered out most of the ghost names that were on the list. The last bursary that we paid, we saved some money, a bit of money, because a A lot of money was not actually claimed because people didn't come forward. So this time we are perfecting the process. I don't know the details. I cannot claim to know all the details. But I know that it is just to forestall fraud and other things that make the committee to come up with all kinds of ways of paying some processes that have been designed to take out some of those irregularities. But I want to say it's for the opting time that we have released the 2 years budget.